Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Substitutes. Teachers get sick and have to take a day off school. This is kind of normal for them. Some teachers are cool, so it's not always a good thing that they have to leave. Some substitutes are great, I'm not gonna lie about that one, but I'll be talking about one of the worst ones I've had in a long time. So this teacher came in, let's call him Mr. Robert. And so Mr. Robert was good for the first 5 minutes of class. There are some kids that always show up to school late. This has been a normal thing for them since day one. Mr. Robert didn't like this very much, so he decided to stop the class for about 3 minutes to tell the kids to show up on time, show up earlier. And if a teacher tells me that, I would be so upset because sometimes it's not even their fault that they show up late. It's mostly their parents. Not all the time, but sometimes. But I would be so mad if a teacher stopped the whole entire class and told me to show up on time. You know whenever you get a substitute, you always have to inspect them to see if you can mess with them or not. So this teacher put on a pretty good act for the first time we've ever met him. He made us not mess with him, even though some kids still did and they got in trouble for it. But most of the time, we just backed off of him. I tried to be the best student I could for him for the very first day of school, so I wouldn't have a problem with him later. But who knows, we still do. This teacher doesn't have a good side to him. You cannot be nice to him because he won't be nice to you back. He hates everyone for not even really doing anything. He gets mad at us for doing the most basic stuff. One kid put his head down for 1 second and Mr. Robert got mad at him for, "You don't put your head down in my class." Dude, you don't own the classroom. If you own the classroom, you should have got a job there. I know you used to work at the school a long time ago, but that doesn't mean you still own that exact classroom. So you can't make the excuse that this is my classroom. Some substitute teachers think they own the place and all of that, but do they really? The next day at school, he was there again. He didn't do the actual thing the teacher told him to do. So he made up his own plan. He made us take extra tests that weren't even on the schedule. My class isn't the best class in the world, but we mostly stayed quiet and listened to everything he told us to do because we didn't want to get on his really bad side. Because if we do that, he will make our lives terrible. Some schools have iPads. Not sure if your school does, but our school does. The middle and high schoolers get them whenever we switch up from elementary and middle to high. But our school, some kids don't always charge their iPads at night, so they usually do it in class. I had him my very first period class, so that was pretty normal for the kids to do. But we also had a test that day. So the teacher didn't allow the kids to charge their iPads because it says in the handbook that you have to charge your iPads at night. But they can't do what they're supposed to if the iPads are not charged. And if the teacher does not allow them to charge their iPads, then they can't do what they're supposed to. Pretty easy example. Not sure why the teacher did not get this, but he didn't. Some of the teachers are strict for no reason, but they're nice too. This teacher was not nice. He was just strict, and my other teachers, they had him for class when they were younger. So this tells you how old he is. My teachers are not old. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that he taught them when they were in middle school or something. And he's still teaching. I don't know if this is uncommon, but I just don't see that really happening. If a younger person would do that. I'd get if a younger person was a sub and retired at 20 and taught and subbed, but I don't see that happening too much if a younger person did it. He's not the oldest person in the world, but he's also not the youngest. So that didn't make him any better. Because old people, they're usually stricter than younger people. I don't know why, it just happens that way. So when we first saw him, we knew something was going to be up, but we weren't sure what we were getting into at first. Not all substitutes are bad. Some of them are actually good. I have a couple stories of the really good ones if you guys want me to tell you guys that. But this is the very first story time that I've ever done on this channel. If you guys like this, make sure to hit a thumbs up, comment if you want. Don't become a hateful substitute for no reason. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.